Requirements. Technical requirements are owned by people. We call them stakeholders. After we have identified our most valuable business use cases, the technical requirements and the stakeholders behind them, we have to convince them we can fulfill their technical requirements even better with our modernization, or on the other side, we are not threatening their requirements. We have to talk to them. Yes, we have to talk to people to modernize our code base. Outrageous, I know. If we can convince these people, we are almost there, legitimizing our modernization. And it is important that we first identify all of our stakeholders that are involved, not only people that we currently know, more importantly, people that we do not know by now. Let me give you some examples of important stakeholders that we have to convince from our modernization point of view. Customers or end users, they should not care too much about that we are modernizing, why we are modernizing. They have requirements as well. If we are developing software for their product or for them, they have a lot of technical requirements. They can also involve legal requirements for certain markets. So we have to make sure we know them, we know their requirements, and we have to keep them in mind when we start our modernizations. Developers that are working with you or maybe with other colleagues that you know on the code base on a day-by-day basis. We have to make sure that the product modernization, or the code base modernization, lets them benefit in as many ways as possible. Identify their most important technical requirements when it comes to working with the project on a day-to-day basis. Usually, they also have a good overview of more internal technical requirements that are most often not visible from the outside, but are as important for us. They make sure they are productive in the day-to-day work. We have others that are working more around the project, quality assurance or testing. They also have requirements on how testable the software has to be. What aspects of the software can be tested? In what way can the software be tested? Integrate tests in their processes, and they need technical enablers for that. I know we as engineers or developers, we are not always very fond of testers because they expose all of our mistakes. And it's a good thing. We need them. Otherwise, no product would ever ship. Or it should not ship. We also have managers, higher up management, team managers, team leaders. These are people with high responsibility. They actually hold the key for our modernization. Usually they have a very, very high level view of all technical requirements that their product has to fulfill. So they know best, and they can also best prioritize what technical requirements are most important for the development and for the product itself. And they have a lot of experiences on what can go wrong. All big software projects have a lot of product owners and project managers. And we have to know their requirements, their technical requirements. These are more the technical requirements of the customer we are selling the product to. They have a very good overview of what's truly important to the customer that we are selling the product. They have to be informed of our process, of our plans for the modernization. They also have to find or bide the time from the customer that we are developing the software for. Modernization takes time. It's an investment. And this investment has to be justified in front of our customer. During that time, he will not get as many features as he might be used to, it is important that we make it clear to him that in the long term he also will benefit from our modernization. More features in less time, better stabilization, less bug fixes, less downtime, but you have to sell them. And who is better at selling things than product owners and project managers? Get them on your side, know what is important for them and give it to them with your modernization.